program, and I'll make it brief tonight. I'm going to get my book. The books are here. Get your book if you haven't. It's often said to me, well, Pata, what is Eire? And it's right in the book. I don't make it up. Eire, A New Ireland, is a comprehensive Irish-authored political program designed to achieve a just and lasting peace in Ireland in the context of a British withdrawal. Initially proposed by Sinn Féin in 1972, Eire sets forth specific proposals to start the process of Irish reunification and reconciliation. It also includes proposals for a new All-Ireland Constitution. The principle on which Eire is based envisions a system of government in which all creeds and traditions would be represented and all citizens could exercise real power without any one group infringing on the rights of others. This is what we do as co-chair, and what we have accomplished is what I would like to share with you tonight. But I'm gonna digress a little bit. I'm not an Irish scholar of language, but part of the theme tonight, besides honoring the women of 1914 and of all patriots, women patriots since then, the word cumin has been used quite a bit. Cumin naman, we know we've heard that tonight. In front of the podium is cumin na shirse. There's that word again, cumin. I also, back in the 90s, I was the chair of the Joe McDonald cumin of the Irish Northern Aid. There's the word cumin. What does cumin mean? We know man means woman or women. Shirse, we know what that means here. Okay, cumin has a great deal of meanings. It could be interpreted as a unit, or a group, or a membership. But what I see as a theme throughout tonight's events, cumin means unity and unification. And you know, all of you are here tonight because you want to see the cumin of Ireland, the unification of Ireland. So tonight also, Eire, although we don't use cumin in that, Eire is a method in which we can get a free, united, Gaelic and sovereign Ireland. And Joseph Flannery and myself and the committee members, Tom Costello, Mike Costello, Pat Williams, Dominic Bruno, have done a tremendous effort this past year. If you remember me from last year, I didn't have too much to say other than we were able to get an endorsement from one AOH unit in Connecticut. Tonight I'm here to tell you that we've done a hell of a lot more since then. And Eire is on the move. Our movement is extremely strong, and it is being watched very carefully by Republican Sinn Féin, and that's a very big plus for us. So I'd just like to highlight for you the things that we have accomplished. Now, we do have a new website. It is up and running, eirenua.net, so you can get to that. We can also be found on Facebook and LinkedIn. So social media has been very important to us, and we've been out there getting ourselves known and comments on that system. We've also created a number of PowerPoint presentations, which we have used during our discussions with Irish American groups in Connecticut. We have on the table tonight, you'll see our new trifold, which has been published this year, along with perhaps two different types of business cards. But on there you'll see, as our branding, is the fragmented flag, which you'll see also, it's part of the book. It's on the front of the book, and it's in everything that we put out. You'll see it on the poster that's over there. The fragmented tricolor. Our efforts is to put that tricolor back together. In January 2014, we were also, commemorated a Bloody Sunday commemoration in Waterbury, Connecticut, in which Eire was spoken about. In March of 2014, we held a day-long retreat to build a consensus on our strategy and to develop a business plan, which we are ascribing to and stick to. And in mid-March, the NIFC, along with the Eire committee, participated in the Greater New Haven St. Patrick's Day Parade. This was publicly announcing the Eire US campaign in New Haven. After that, in March, again, we went up to, in April, I was interviewed by the Irish American radio show in New Haven, WNHU, out of New Haven University, regarding the Eire program as an alternative to the Good Friday Agreement. We also did get additional support for the Eire program. Was passed by the Freedom for All Island Committee of the Rochester, New York, AOH, under the activism and leadership of Freedom for All Island Chairman Patrick Miller. And that happened in April 2014. We went up to that not to participate, but to take a back seat, and we were fortunate enough to speak to all the AOH members that participated at that particular program that was put out, the educational program by the Rochester AOH. In April 2, Joe and I had to get back from Rochester the next morning, and we did our commemorations, our 1916 commemorations, one in Waterbury and one in New Haven, in which we both spoke about the Eire proposals to our groups that come out for the 1916 celebrations. In May also, in Waterbury, actually in Hartford at the Bobby Sands Circle in Hartford, the hunger strike commemoration was done, and again Eire was asked to participate and make a presentation, which was well accepted at that time. So that just takes us for the half year. We also did, in May, we co-presented an extensive PowerPoint to the New Haven County AOH board. This is the high-level board in the system of the AOHs. We were given as much time as we liked. We probably took about 45 minutes on our PowerPoints, and we took about another 30 minutes in questions. The group was very interested in it, but would not endorse that night. We had to come back 3 months later for a motion. In the meantime, though, we did go to, the next place we went to was where do we go? I went to see Senator Martin Looney, who is the Connecticut senator from New Haven area, and he's also presently the president of the Senate for Connecticut. And I spoke to him about the Eire proposals. He was not against them, but when I saw him in May, he was too much involved in the politics of re-elections, and would speak to me again in January. So we're very happy with that. At that time also, I had conversations with the former Congressman Bruce Morrison, who's now a lobbyist in Washington, and although he was supportive of the Good Friday Agreement, he was open to listening to the alternative. This is something new for you. What you're starting to hear is that people are starting to begin to listening to an alternative. So we already know that the Good Friday Agreement, after 16 years, is not working. We don't have a unified Ireland, and that's what we were sold 16 years ago by, our politicians in Ireland at that time. That was going to be the saving grace. It has not happened. It will not happen in this regime. However, that's where Eire Nua can step in. And this is a good time on the streets, both in the Republic and in the North, to make this happen. We continued afterwards. We had our discussions with the politicians. In October, we did get, finally, after many years, Joe was able to achieve the endorsement from Waterbury, AOH, Monsignor Slocum Division. Heavy Provo group, but Joe was able to pull it off and bring them in and endorse the Eire Nua program. Much congratulations to Joe for a fine job there. And in October, we assisted in participating in the International Prisoner of War commemoration by demonstrating in front of the British Consulate in New York. And then I was successful in November of this month to get the Meriden Division 1 AOH overwhelmingly voted to endorse Eire Nua. So we have also received a lot of good press. We've been published in the Irish Echo just recently. Right? Pat Williams saw it first. We have that. We also have been published in Cherchez and Back Page of Cherchez, and we've been published in the Hibernian Digest. Now, you might consider, those of you who are Hibernians, that we're kind of divesting the motivation or the goals of the AOH, the national AOH. Well, we're not. We're asking, we want what it is that we're doing. We want our voices heard at the national level on all things having to do with Ireland. So that we want our policies, we want our voices heard on all the policies that are being discussed. And we want Eire Nua out front there. And I'm ready to do that. I'm ready to do that for anybody that can give me an intro to anybody that's at the Washington level. If you got a name, I'll go talk to them. If you got a senator, you got a politician, let me talk to them, okay? I jokingly mentioned earlier, we call ourselves the myth busters, okay? We're out there deciding that Eire Nua is the right way to go, and that's the way we should be doing it right now. I'll just sum up here quickly. And this is in your book, but I'd like to remind you why you're here tonight. To all patriots, new arrivals, guests, first generation, second generation, third or fourth, we are no longer strangers or sojourners, but we are fellow citizens with our countrymen. By the power of Eire Nua, we are brought into the household of one nation. Do not tire for unfinished business. We will not be discouraged, nor shall we concede, as others have in the past. Let the truth be called subversive, but it shall prevail. The truth is unquestionable, except for the British and to those who have bought and been sold. Eire Nua is the alternative, as defined in the Proclamation of 1916, that will make our nation a constitutional republic and whole once again. We want Washington to include Eire Nua in every discussion on Ireland. Our united voices will drive forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pedro. That was great. Good strong ending for our wonderful evening. I hope everyone not only enjoyed, your